Okay, thank you for that. We will be talking about kind of what to do if you're in a gym funk, or maybe you're just not inspired with your current workout program or routine, and I'll get into that. But just first, a reminder that we are in the on the 10th of September, so we're almost halfway through the September Adherence Challenge. Just make sure to keep hitting your nutrition goals for the day. Pre-logging your food is definitely the best way to do that. Hitting your daily habits, making sure that you're actually checking them off at the end of the day when you do them, as well as obviously showing up for your workouts and making sure that you pick up heavier weights and hit new PRs each time. These are all ways that you get points within the challenge. And the grand winner is going to get 50 bucks and a free Kion supplement, and then probably Instagram shout out, a little post on the page. So just a reminder to keep going. We're almost halfway, but not quite. So it's anyone's game. All right, so let me share my screen. Okay, so we're going to be talking about when you're in a gym funk. And I want to be very clear. This is not when you are lacking motivation. That is not a thing. Every time I get the freaking balloons, okay? It's not a thing. I don't want to hear about your motivation. What it comes down to is probably energy, right? Maybe you didn't get good sleep the night before. If you feel like you're lacking motivation, or maybe you're overly stressed and your nervous system is all out of whack, or whatever it is, maybe there's something going on with how much food you've had for the day, or it just comes down to a mental block, a mental limitation. No need to worry about motivation. That will be a whole different topic of a call. This is for when you are following a workout program, as pretty much all of you are, and if you've been following the workouts for multiple weeks, which is how we make progress. That is literally how we're going to have the perfect recipe in order to make sure that your body does change, right? Random workouts lead to random results. There's no way to track progress. There's no way to ensure any kind of like consistency or growth. There is a science to it, right? It is exercise science. So following a program, mastering movements, tracking weights and reps is very important. But every once in a while, you'll kind of come into a time where just for that day, or maybe just even that week, your workouts don't feel like the vibe at the moment. Maybe it just doesn't sound appealing. And that is the one thing holding you back, because you're just like, oh, I just don't want to do that workout today. For whatever the reason is, sometimes there's just that little mental block. It's swallowing a pair of denim jeans sounds better than doing the prescribed workouts for the day. And again, this is just if you are following a routine. I don't want this to be like, oh, this is your first week of these workouts and I'm just not wanting to do them or whatever, anything like that. It is okay. Sometimes we just have a day where it's like, I don't want to do those movements. Okay. We want to prioritize a good relationship with the gym and with movement. That should be like the number one focus, right? If there's anything that's happening that's preventing you from enjoying moving your body, we got to figure that out. So communicate that with your coach. We got to make sure that that is our number one priority, but sometimes we just have a day. So about once a month, or maybe once every other month, I personally will utilize one of these strategies when I just don't feel like following my current program for the day. Rather than just skipping the gym, which leads me to feeling like a failure or just not feeling very good in my body, right? We know what that leads to, not just not prioritizing movement, not moving your body for the day, or setting specific goals for yourself and not showing up. That's a really slippery slope. That's when we end up with not having self-confidence, feeling like we're just constantly saying we're going to do things and then not doing them. And then even just like the mental health benefits, we always feel better when we're following a routine, a consistent movement routine and all that. So these are truly things that I do that helps me stay more consistent for the long haul. All right. So show up to the gym without a plan. This is one of my favorite things to do because I love the gym, and I think keeping that relationship with you loving movement and loving whatever your home gym is, I think that is so important. So just show up to the gym one day and literally do whatever the hell you want, okay? I'll give you one hall pass per month to do these things, to just do whatever you want. If you don't follow your program, that is okay. Show up and do whatever movements sound enjoyable, maybe whatever your favorite movements are, or just walk on the treadmill. Or if there's, a couple machines that maybe you haven't used in a while, or if you haven't ever used and you're interested in trying them out, whatever it is, maybe just go to the gym and stretch. Literally, I'm telling you, sometimes the hardest part really is just getting there. So just tell yourself you're going to show up and stretch, or you're just going to walk on the treadmill or whatever, and it will probably snowball into other things. Maybe choose your 4 favorite movements and do 4 sets of 10 reps of them or whatever, create your own workout program, something that sounds enjoyable for that day. It's okay. It doesn't have to always be following your workout program 100% of the time, maybe just closer to that 95% of the time. Or just choose 4 machines that are next to each other. A lot of times in gyms, like they'll have all the leg machines next to each other, all the, back machines next to each other or something, if you want to kind of keep it mindless and just be in and out. Or choose movements that you can do with dumbbells. If you just want to grab a couple dumbbells and be in the corner, if you don't feel like, being in a room with a lot of people or whatever it is. Or you could also follow a guided workout video, maybe like a body weight or just a dumbbell only YouTube video if you just want somebody to tell you what to do, or even just like a guided stretching YouTube video. And all these things obviously can be done at home or in the gym or outside at a park. Switching up your workout environment, I think, is important too. Put on a new playlist. That's something that is definitely valuable, or even an audio book. A lot of times I like to listen to audiobooks or podcasts while I'm working out. Sometimes just switching that energy is really important. And when it comes to music, I also think an hour-long mix is good. Maybe choose like a DJ or whatever that you like, and so that it's already pre-recorded. Maybe it's exactly 45 minutes, so to start and end, along with that playlist. This is kind of random, but I feel like wearing a jacket or a hoodie over your regular gym outfit does something, at least to my mental. If I just put on a hoodie, it kind of feels like, all right, whatever, I'm just going to go in, go out. And then, you obviously end up getting hot, getting sweaty. So I usually end up taking it off, and then I feel better afterwards for some reason when I have either the hoodie as sort of like, like a comfort blanket to stay covered and to not feel like there's a lot of attention on me or whatever. And then I usually feel good when I take it off as well. Sign up for a class. Sprinkle in a class every once in a while. Just disrupt the pattern. If you're like, all right, I still want to show up for a workout. I know it's going to make me feel good, and I know I need to, and that's part of my program, but I just want to do something different. I want to be told what to do. So pick a class, any class, use ClassPass. If you don't have that app, I highly would recommend that. I've had ClassPass now for like 5 years. If you want the link, I get you 14 free credits or whatever. It's like Uber, where it's like a little referral thing. I love ClassPass. That's how I go to a bunch of different yoga studios. You can choose, any Pilates studios nearby. This is also really good for if you're traveling. So if you're going anywhere, like when I was in Hawaii and Australia, I used ClassPass to just go to a bunch of different, different studios, as well as just different gyms. Like I think Anytime Fitness is on ClassPass, so you can kind of drop into other gyms if you don't have memberships. So yeah, take some group strength training classes or HIIT classes like Solid Core, F45, Orange Theory. All of these classes are built for drop-ins. They're made for people who have never worked out before and they're stepping in for their first day. So don't feel like, if you've never taken one of these classes, don't feel like, you're going to be like behind or it's going to be weird or anything like that. They're literally built for, day one beginner, which is also why you shouldn't do them all the time, right? I have a lot of clients that come to me and all they've ever done is Orange Theory workouts and whatnot. You're not going to make much progress with them because they are built to have anybody walk in and be able to follow them. They're not a structured program by any means, but every once in a while to sprinkle these in, I think is great. Try out a new gym as well. Like maybe if you have a Crunch membership, go to a different Crunch. If there's one that's maybe, 10 minutes further, I think sometimes just being in a different environment can feel inspiring, especially if it's a gym that you're familiar with. Or maybe if you've been going to Planet Fitness and you're like, this gym is just a bunch of old people and I'm not feeling it very inspired, maybe go get like a week pass at Amped or try a free day pass or something like that. Also feel free to go to a gym or a class with with a friend or a workout partner. Obviously that also could be good if you guys, follow the program that you have together. That can be a lot more inspiring for the day to do it with somebody else than doing it by yourself. Also, this is always an option, not usually, in addition to your workouts, but just in general, I would highly recommend having this list of things, like truly, if like maybe have like a bucket list to try each one of those or each one of these things on the list once before the end of 2024 or something. I think it's so important to stay active outside of the gym. So try like a rock climbing class, an aerial silks class. I actually did that last night. So fun. A dance class, kayak, paddleboard, pickleball, volleyball, a nature trail. Like if there's any nature trail near you that you haven't been to, or maybe it's just been a while, just go for a walk outside there, as well as just like obviously a beach walk. If you live near the beach, definitely take advantage of that. Maybe time it for like a sunrise or a sunset. but definitely making sure that you're taking advantage of, moving your body in all different ways. And if today is just a day that just it would absolutely kill you in order to follow the workout in your program, just know that something like this is always available, and I would absolutely encourage you doing it more often than not. All right, that's it. Any comments, questions, concerns, anything that stood out, or any other ideas if something like this has popped up for you guys? No, I feel like it was pretty straightforward. So we all have those days. Hopefully it's not anything that's ongoing. And if there is, like, if you've been doing the workouts for, I mean, I'll change everybody's workouts after 6 to 8 weeks. So they shouldn't last much longer than that. But if you're just straight up not enjoying your workouts after doing them for multiple weeks and really giving it your best shot, always communicate that. We do want to make sure that you're enjoying your workouts. But sometimes we all just get into a little funk where we just want to switch it up. And I think that's so important. So that is it. That is all. Thank you guys so much for doing the little breath work and meditation. Would you guys want to do that before calls more frequently? Yeah, cool. That was nice. I think so too. All right. Thanks again for showing up. I'll see you next week. Bye.